Hello, watch lovers. Welcome to another episode of the FUT'S Watch Club. And you know it's your boy Tevin as usual. And welcome to another episode where we do watch reviews, watch breakdowns, and all that fun stuff. However, before we get into the video today we'll be doing a watch brand that we have never done before. So this is our first video on this brand of watches of this watchmaker. But before I do that, I would just like you guys to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps. It really keeps me motivated to let go these videos. However, let's get into it today. So today we'll be looking at the Tag Heuer Autavia Calibre 5. So the Autavia Calibre 5, as we will call it today, for the first time, Tag Heuer has introduced this watch without a stopwatch function in its traditional Autavia line. So each watch in the traditional Autavia line has a stopwatch, and this Calibre 5 is the first watch that Tag has released without the stopwatch. So Tag first built the Autavia line in 1933, so that was a few years ago. Also, the watch usually has a stopwatch for motor vehicles and aircraft. So the watch was created, the Autavia line was created as a stopwatch for motor vehicles and aircraft. So this instrument was attached to the dashboard of the motor vehicle or the aircraft. So the watch was attached to the dashboard of the motor vehicle or aircraft, and it was used to measure driving or flight times, etc. The Super Autavia, which came later down the line from Tag, was combined with a time display, a stopwatch, and a rotating bezel. So these three features was what made up the Super Autavia in a single instrument. However, with numerals that look like, however, a similarity between the Super Autavia and the Autavia Calibre 5 is that there are numerals that look similar on both these watches. So let's get into it further now. So the year 1969 saw the introduction of the Autavia Chronomatic, which was powered by Calibre 11. This watch today, please note that we're talking about today, is Calibre 5. However, the Autavia chronograph from 1969 had the Calibre 11, and this was developed in part by Tag Heuer, and this was one of the first automatic chronograph movements. So this Calibre 11 was one of the first automatic chronograph movements ever created by Tag and this watch came in a what we'd call a 10U case, and this 10U case featured a window date display at the 6 o'clock. So the window date display is at the 6 o'clock of the 10U case. Also, the Calibre 5 model that was reviewed, it incorporates a variety of elements in the case of the first chronograph. So what are these elements that the Calibre 5 incorporated? So on the chronograph, it had wide facets on the lugs. So these wide facets on the lugs. Also, it had the minute hands of the chronomatic and the numerals from the Super Autavia. As earlier we said that the Super Autavia and the Calibre 5 share some similarities. So these include the numeral hands from the Super Autavia. These are mixed with new elements. So the Calibre 5 has a few new elements as well, such as the gradient color of the dial, which is shown in blue, and also the Calibre 5 has older functions like the rotating bezel, and this has an updated design. Then after this, altogether, these features that the Calibre 5 has taken from the Super Autavia and the older Autavia models, these come together to give it a nice retro look. So it has a nice attractive retro look, and this retro look is thanks to the luminous numerals, so the numerals that light up. Also, it has a striking hand and an anti-glare sapphire crystal, very interesting. Also, these features makes it very easy to read the time at night, and even the date is readily legible. This is a great feature of the Calibre 5 that helps with the reading of the time. Also, the bi-directional rotating bezel has a finely divided track. This track, along with a lack of luminous coating on the triangle marker, this in turn requires some careful attention to read, unfortunately. However, still a solid piece. Alright, so now let's look for some more technical information on the Tag Heuer Autavia Calibre 5. So the Calibre 5 has some beautiful news regarding the wearing of the watch. So the watch measures 42.75 millimeters across, and it is therefore the perfect size for most watch wearers. So it isn't too thick and it lies nicely on the wrist. Also, the watch has what is called a supple calfskin strap and a flat pin buckle. So these also help with the comfort of wearing the watch. Also, the dark brown strap of the watch does have a nice cool look to it, and the blue dial on the bezel does actually has a nice compatibility with this strap. Also, another feature is that the strap can be easily removed and replaced using the plastic release on the inner side of the watch. So various strap options that come with this watch include a blue or light brown leather strap, as well as the watch comes with a metal bracket, and it has a range of textile straps that you can get later down the line. Also, looking into the case shape, the numerals and the hands, as we mentioned above, are adapted from earlier models such as the Super Autavia and the original Autavia chronograph. The rotating bezel ratchets in minute increments. So the bezel has ratchets in minute increments, and originally Tag Heuer had planned to install its own in-house carbon composite isograph hairspring in this model. So Tag Heuer wanted to introduce their own in-house spring. Also, this spring that is currently used in this watch, it is anti-magnetic, it is very temperature resistant, and the air springs went through additional and extended testing to ensure that they function perfectly over the long term and under all conditions, such as very temperature sensitive conditions. So the wearers of this watch can confidently go into very hot or very cold temperatures, right? And the watch would still perform at an optimal level. Also, when the watch was measured by watch time on their Whiskey timing machine, the fully wound watch gained only 3.7 seconds per day, with a maximum deviation between the various positions of 6.1 seconds. So that is very good. That is very good precision. Also, after 24 hours, the amplitude of the watch declined by a considerably 49 degrees, and the rate results fell off somewhat, however, to only a gain of 4.6 seconds and a positional difference of only 8.3 seconds. So overall, as shown by watch time, these are quite good results, and you can see this watch time article in the description below. We always put our sources in the description below for the watches we reviewed, as we appreciate the work done. So these overall is quite good results for the watch, and the watch remained in the general watch industry standard specified by the chronograph certification agency. So overall, the technical details of the watch, the precision of the watch are all in industry standards. Alright, so thank you guys for sticking it all with me for so long. We'll be wrapping up today with our review of the Tag Heuer Autavia Calibre 5 watch. So just a few final details on this watch. The watch has what is known as a modern automatic movement caliber, and this caliber, which was made by ETA for Swatch Group brands, this watch caliber has about double the running time. So it definitely pays to wear this watch often. However, luckily that's not hard to do, because as we said in our second part of this video is that thanks to the comfortable features of the watch, the strap, etc, and the attractive design, this watch is easy to wear over a longer period of time. Also, the watch comes with a very reasonable price of only 3,100 USD, and this watch makes this reasonable price makes it easier to put this cockpit instrument on your wrist, because as we said above, this watch was designed, the Autavia collection was designed as a stopwatch for motor vehicles and aircraft. However, this Calibre 5 doesn't have the stopwatch function, which is the first of its kind. So thank you guys again. You can see all further details below. Check the links below with the watch time article and the official article of this watch to see more details on this watch. Just thank you guys again for sticking it out with me. You know it's your boy Tevin. Always remember to like, share, and subscribe to the page. And again, I say all the best.